Okay, so if you've been following my videos up till now, you should have Linux installed on your computer, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to give you a brief run through of the operating system and various different things and how it differs a little bit from Windows and Mac. So if we look at it here, this is the desktop that you're going to see. Now the first thing you want to take note of is up at the top here, that where you see your power button, and that is your on and off. That's basically your power settings. You can lock the screen, switch to a desk session, log out, shut down, restart. Immediately next to that, where it says my name, these are your chat accounts such as AIM, Facebook, MSN. All of that is handled through the one client, which is really handy. It means you can also do Skype through there as well, as far as I know. It basically means that everything gets signed into and it's up and it's running and it's ready as soon as you install the operating system. Immediately next to that, you've got your time and date settings. You can change these through the time and date settings thing there. You can set it to whatever time zone you want. You can change the display as well. Next to that, you will have your mail icon. I will go through this in future videos as well. This is your email clients. You can again put together multiple email clients and have it all download to your machine if you have different accounts. And you can handle this using Gmail, MSN, again, a lot of different accounts. You can even set up your own one if you have your own website or if you have accounts that aren't within the list. Next to that, you've got your sound options. Banshee, what that does is there you can have a set playlist ready to go. So it's kind of like automatically loading up iTunes. And what that does is you can tell it immediately to start playing a video or to skip to the next song. You can change the sound preferences, mute, unmute. Again, it's a really handy tool and it's already there and up and running. Next up is your network. In my case, I'm a wireless, and you can see all my wireless networks, and the one up there is the one I'm connected to, and you can then handle all your network connections from there. Immediately next to that, you have to the extreme left, you have your applications, and you've got your various applications there. That's kind of like your start menu in Windows. Then you've got places. This is various places you can go to onto your hard drive, various shortcuts that you have created. Effectively, if you were to put a shortcut onto your desktop, this would be a similar thing. But if you want to, you can still put shortcuts onto this desktop. To the immediate right of that, you've got system. These are all your system settings. So if you're in Windows, it would be the equivalent of the control panel. You've got your administration, your preferences, and each of them have their own place. Down at the bottom, you will have a different bar. Now, immediately to the right, or to the bottom right hand corner, you will see a garbage can. There, I've moved my mouse over to where you can't see it, where it says no items in trash. Immediately to the right of that, you will have your various workspaces. Now, if you've used a Mac before, you will be familiar with it. Windows doesn't have this. Think of this as being multiple screens, only within the one computer. So here, for example, if I open up, say, my home folder, just for argument's sake, you can see it here in this workspace, and then if I switch to the next one, you can see it's now gone. Now, it doesn't mean it's been closed. If you look back there, you can see that one of them is actually highlighted in orange. That's the current workspace I'm using, and we have 4 that I can go to. Okay. So I'm going to close that out. You will also notice when it is open, you will see it at the bottom there. Those are all the applications that are open on that workspace. So if we go to the next one, you'll see it's gone. Okay, that's because that specific application is not open on this workspace. And that's my screen capture. And to the right of that, that's to hide all the windows and show all windows on the desktop. So if I click it, it hides them all, and if I click it again, it shows it. One of the first things we're going to be doing once we start playing around with visual settings is actually getting rid of the bar at the bottom, because we're going to be replacing it with something called the dock menu. If you've used a Mac, you'll be familiar with that. So going to the applications, I'll run you through that quickly. You've got your accessories. These are just various accessory applications that come with Ubuntu. You've then got your games. These are your usual, nothing special there. Linux does have some very good games, which I will go into in one of my future videos, but for the moment, those are the basics you get. You've got your graphics editor. You've got LibreDraw, which is a basic drawing program, a basic Photoshop, or a basic photo manager. Can't really edit videos, it's more used to manage them, and a scanner. Then you've got your internet. You've got your internet messaging client. Again, you saw that up over here. That's the version. That's basically it running. We'll also go through with you how to start that up. Then you've got your Evolution Mail. That again is your mail client that I showed you earlier. Your web browser, which is by default is Firefox. We'll get to that later. Then you've got your Gwibber social account. These we use to update things like your Facebook status, any blogs you have, what have you. Remote desktop viewer. This is used to access remote desktops. If you have a computer in a different location, say it's your work computer or whatever, and you want to remote into that, you would use that. Your terminal client server, again, this is used to remote into another computer. Those are more advanced applications. And then you got your file sharer. If you've ever used download torrents, BitTorrents, or what have you, this is a basic file share program. Then we move on to Office. Again, you've got your Evolution Mail and your calendar. LibreOffice, that is kind of like a all-in-one inclusive Office program. From there you can load up other various Office programs, and you've got LibreOffice Calc, that's the open source equivalent of Excel. Draw is a basic drawing program. Impress, that's the LibreOffice equivalent of PowerPoint. Math. Math is, again, like Calc, just more advanced. It's another version of Excel, basically. LibreWriter, that is your word processor. It's not as good in my own personal experience as Microsoft Word, but then that's just my own personal preference. But having said that, it's plenty good enough to write business letters, basic letters to your friends. You could even, in theory, put a thesis together onto it. Having said that, I probably wouldn't recommend it if you were writing a massive book. Sound and video. These handle all your various sound applications. Banshee Media Player, again, it's kind of like iTunes. Your disc burner, you use that to create discs. Your movie player, again, to play movies. Pity Video Editor, you use that to edit videos. Sound recorder, again, pretty basic, what it says in the tin, record sound through a mic. And then this is an application that I've installed. I'll go through how to install applications in a bit. That is Screen Capture. Very good one, I would recommend it. The last one is a unique concept. This is called the Ubuntu Software Center. We're going to be using this in my next video, and I will be explaining to you then, but you would primarily use that whenever you want to install applications. Which brings us to a close. In my next video, I will go through the Software Center. I will explain what it does, what its purpose is, and how to install applications within Linux.